My problem with Vlad was that me not knowing him, and this is what's crazy about it. They said Vlad wants to do an interview on Vlad TV. I'm like, what does that mean? I don't even know. This was the first podcast interview that I did that kind of launched. I didn't get paid for that. They just said, you should do it. He's really big and you should do it. And I was like, no. And then someone else told me, yo, I heard you turn down the Vlad thing. Like, what's wrong with you? Vlad is crazy. He's good. He's this and that. I was like, really? All right. And I sat down with them and we had a, open conversation. He didn't ask me nothing inappropriate. I spoke from the heart. That was that. People saw that. And then my value as a interviewee went up. And then they started offering me money and then saying how much to be on. I was like, oh, you get paid for that? I thought this was free. Like, no, you know what I'm saying? Come on. So my issue with Vlad was after we finished that first interview, he had an idea. Now, he didn't find anything wrong with what he was asking of me because he asked someone else and they agreed. What he asked me to do was to come back on for a part 2, but he wanted me to be in character as Sweet Pea from Baby Boy for the whole interview. I laughed because I thought, first of all, that's hilarious because no, like, why would I do that? Like, it would belittle the role, it would belittle John, it would belittle the work, it would make me look clownish and buffoonish, and I don't do that. If you follow my career, why would I do that? Well, that's stupid of you to ask. But I took it as a joke and ignored it. And then he came back again and asked again, and then got at my people and I said, yo, he's trying to get you back on, you know this? And I said, yeah, he wants me to be in character, but like, no one's doing that. And he said, yeah, this other guy did. And he showed me the other guy doing it, and I was like, oh, good for him. I'm not a peer pressure guy. I'm not a they're doing it, let's do it guy. I never have been. So I'm like, okay, again, respectfully, no. But it kept coming up to the point where it started to piss me off now. Now I'm like, someone asked me again, what about Vlad? I was like, that idiot. Because that was a dumb thing to think I would do just because someone else did it. And now you're putting me in the box of this other guy, which is the main reason why I wouldn't do that shit. Because I'm not like everybody else. And that's that. And I must have said that on someone's platform, I guess. Because to me, this is the first time we talked about this. I've been interviewed saying this, but I guess someone said something about Vlad, and I said, all right, this is what, because when he brought it up with Aries, he was really intense. Oh, I said, me, what do you think about that? Da, 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 da. And I was like, did he really? Nah, I don't remember saying that out loud, but now that you put it out there, then so be it. But I thought it was extremely petty of him trying to, incite beef and bring up and trying to rile up Aries Spears to be mad at Omar Gooding over something that I did to Vlad, and that's, I don't use the words much, the culture vultures and all that type of shit, because, everyone's got their hustle. If it works, it works, for him, not to try to defend the motherfucker, because again, I just thought this was dumb. We had our whatever, and then he took it to another level. So now I do kind of have a little edge against him. But, if he's like, well, this guy did it, why won't this guy do it? Look, he's not going to do it. Leave it at that. Don't keep trying to start shit about it. Pen and chalk, pen and chalk.